The smell of wintergreen is refreshing and is one of the scents of Christmas. And it certainly looks like Christmas with its red little berries and its bright green leaves. Now, the leaves do turn as the winter continues, but it is a beautiful sight. It is a low growing shrub, and the berries are edible once they turn red. And the leaves do have a taste of mint, but they really are not like mint that we know that in my garden can be quite invasive. This plant is a slow grower and it spreads with rhizomes. So in that effect, because the mint family does spread with rhizomes, it resembles the mint family. Today's video, I want to discuss the health benefits of this plant as well as its uses and the beauty of it. So come along with me. Hi, I'm Mary Bourne, traditional naturopath. I love sharing natural remedies with people. Natural remedies have been around for hundreds, even thousands of years because they work, and they work on people and often animals too. In their native habitat, let me see if I get my slide. There we go. Wintergreens they grow close to the ground, and they are not found in the western U.S., but they are found in northeastern United States. They require humidity, so they're not going to live in a desert area. And they really like kind of a protected area. They grow well where there is moist, humid areas, but like well drainage areas. You don't find too many of these in Christmas decorations because you need something with a stem, basically, if you're going to be arranging anything. But they are beautiful. They do remind me of Christmas, and because of their methyl type of scent, they kind of remind us of that wintry flavor, so to speak. Now, wintergreen tea is also known as tea berry, and they used to have a gum. They may still, but it's known as a classic gum, is a tea berry, and it used to be one of my favorites. Now, you can harvest wintergreen leaves and use them for tea anytime during the growing season. Although wintergreen plants are evergreen, the leaves kind of turn this reddish, burnished look as winter progresses. Now, wintergreen is actually known for the essential oil that comes from the leaves. And some people, it's very standoffish. It's sort of like cilantro, you either love it or you hate it. But to harvest the wintergreen berries, you need them to be red. And so you do not want to harvest underripe berries. You wait until they're fully red in the late fall and plump. And that's when they are best harvested. I haven't seen too many wintergreen jams, so I'm not sure the flavor is good on its own, but it might be a nice addition to like licorice or blended in with lemon and some other flavorings. But on its own, it can kind of taste like a medication. Now, wintergreen has a chemical compound known as methyl salicylate, and this is the methyl ester of salicylic acid. Now, you may not know what salicylic acid is but it's actually aspirin. And of course, aspirin is totally all chemical. There is nothing natural about aspirin. But there are a lot of plants that have this salicylic acid in them. Most notably is the willow. I have done classes on willow and how to scrape off the outer bark and get to the inner part, which has the most salicylic acid in it. And this is a very pain relieving compound. It has a lot of science behind it, and you can read more about it. I linked to a source that I got some information from. I often go to this website, The Spruce, and it has some really good information, and they also have recipes for remedies like this pain relieving cream. I'll tell you in a minute what I use. I Wintergreen oil is not something you ingest. It is extremely powerful in the essential oil part of it. So, word from our sponsor, Wintergreen oil, which is Nature's Sunshine. Wintergreen oil has a refreshingly minty, woodsy, and mildly sweet aroma. It contains methyl salicylate, a naturally occurring compound in the plant that provides soothing properties when used topically. It sometimes gives like clove, where it has the ability to kind of numb the tissue and therefore to help relieve the pain that it deals with. But unlike aspirin, it has tissue healing abilities. So in other words, it calms the inflammation while it's reducing the pain, and it can be a very, very effective way to deal with emergencies. Next month, I will be doing some, and all across the 2023, I'm going to be doing classes that promote learning about natural healing, so that in the case of an emergency that you can know what to do and not just panic. There are many times that lives could be saved if people just knew this little thing. And it isn't about replacing the emergency services, but it's while you're waiting for those emergency services to arrive, or while you're waiting to get into the hospital, or while you're in the waiting room for those 2 hours until you can be attended to. So, a lot of times you're just in that waiting period, and you could be doing something if you only knew. So I hope that you look forward to these classes. I will be promoting them throughout the rest of the month of December, and giving you little hints here and there about these life-saving, potentially emergency first aid tools that you can do to maybe stop the bleeding, to encourage circulation, to know what to do. Now, I'm not going to be teaching a first aid course. I really recommend that you attend something that helps you to learn about first aid and what to do. If you can get your hands on the old Boy Scouts handbook, there were some amazing pictures and ways to teach people. And of course, it's at like teenager or 11-year-olds way of thinking. So it's not going to be above your head. They're going to show you how how to make a tourniquet, when do you need it, and how to support when you're waiting for an emergency support system. So I I really do encourage people to learn more. People are learning about homesteading and being more self-sufficient. And along with that comes the fact that you really have to have some idea of what to do in case of trauma and an emergency. Now, one of the things I love to do with the essential oil of wintergreen is I will put about a teaspoon worth of product that is also Nature's Sunshine called Silver Shield Gel, and it's antimicrobial. And so you can put that in the palm of your hand, put a couple of drops of the wintergreen, rub it in, and immediately start supporting somebody who is in a lot of pain. You can help them move tissue. Even oftentimes, the touching of somebody who cares can be an extremely helpful thing. So, essential oils are really powerful, and there's a lot of companies out there that recommend ingesting it. Nature's Sunshine does not recommend ingesting. This is an aromatherapy. It is picked up by the limbic system and immediately into the bloodstream it goes. If you ingest something, you have to go bypass the esophagus and the throat, the tongue. That whole area can be damaged if you take in essential oils in improper. Even if you put it in a cup of water, oil and water do not mix. So you're not going to make a lemon tea by adding a couple of drops of lemon essential oil to some hot water. It simply doesn't dissolve like that. Now, if you put a drop or two of lemon essential oil in some honey, in a teaspoon of honey, the honey will help emulsify it. But there are so many different things that you can do. And just breathing in like eucalyptus or any of those can open up the airways. Now, there are a lot of essential oils that are pain relieving as well. And maybe for children, you want to go with something much milder. But for pain relieving externally, this is such a great choice. You can use it in your favorite non-scented cream and rub it on, and being very judicious about the amount of drops that you're using, especially with wintergreen. Our wintergreen comes in a childproof cap. That's how important it is to keep this oil away from children and high up in your medicine chest where children can't get to. But even if they can get to it, they really can't open that bottle. I've had some adults complain about it, but it's for safety purposes. Now, it's the only oil Nature's Sunshine has in a childproof cap. Now, I have a link in the description below where you can get 25% off of your first order. And if you want to try what I did with the silver gel and the wintergreen, what a great gift that would be for Christmas in somebody's stocking, and sharing this video with them, or the video that I have linked in making your own cream with wintergreen. It's just an incredible, beautiful scented oil. So learn what you can about getting healthy. I have many videos on my channel on how to focus on health through herbs. This is called the Health to Home series, and it's about 20 minutes long in general. And then I have a series called Gardening with Granny, where I create videos that are all about gardening, the understanding of plants, how the plants can teach us things. Then I have a video series that I call Herbal Hour. And this one does last an hour. It is teaching you about the systems of the body, what the body needs to stay healthy. And I have a couple of links to some classes that may be of interest for you to learn about the body and how it what it needs to be healthy. You know, we learn about a lot of things, how to make soil healthy. Well, we also need to learn how our bodies work so that we can maintain good health. You know, plant medicine has been around for centuries, even thousands of years that we have research on. But modern medicine has been around for less than 200 years. And if you're on some kind of prescription medication, please seek out your MD, and hopefully that person has some understanding about plant medicine. You know, food is our best medicine, but it can also be our downfall. And the purpose of these videos is to help you understand about bringing balance into your life, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, and how to encourage this balance so that you can be healthy. It isn't about prescribing or diagnosing any condition. I don't like to own conditions. I don't want to say my arthritis. You can say my doctor recommended or my doctor said I have, but don't own it. It is not something you want to live with. So learn about these things. Please, if you got something out of this video, give me a thumbs up, like it, comment on it. I love comments. Subscribe to my channel and share it with others so that more of us can be healthy and know what to do in these trying times. So I hope this has been beneficial. And until next time, this is Dr. Mary for the health of it.